Good morning, everybody. I think I am live. Okay, I can actually see my chat this morning on my screen. Let me find live chat. Let me do pop-out chat so I can see. This Go live stream is pretty cool. Hey, good morning, Lisa. Can you hear me? Press 1. Katie, good morning. You could come up on panel this morning if you want. Anybody can. Hey, Red Rum, very Mary. Now I got 2 Katies in the chat, Red Rum and Katie F. Okay, thanks, Lisa. So yeah, I can finally see my chat on my screen, and it shows top chat or live chat with this Go live stream. So that's pretty cool. That way I can use my phone to look at my cases. So how's everybody doing this morning? Drew Carey's fiance murdered. Oh my gosh, really, Mel Mel? That is crazy. I didn't see that this morning when I was writing down all my topics that I'm going to talk about. I have to do that so I can be organized and remember. Let me see if I can find that. See, here's something. Wendy Williams appears to mock the death of Drew Carey's ex-fiance with Price is Right joke. Well, that's really classy. Okay, here's something. Let's see what's going on with that. I didn't even know this. How did I not know it? Price is Right halts production after Drew Carey's ex murdered. So Price is Right is halted while Drew Carey grieves for the murdered ex-fiancée, Amy Warwick. Production company executives confirmed to Hollywood Reporter that tapings of the CBS show scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday this week have been called off. Okay. On February 24th or March 2nd, Harwick, a well-known family and sex therapist, was found gravely injured outside her Hollywood Hills home early Saturday and died in a nearby hospital. Oh, okay, February 24th or March 2nd. It was talking about the episodes rescheduled. My bad. Sorry. So she dated Drew Carey in 2017, and they were engaged the following year, but broke up a few months later. And her more recent ex was arrested Saturday, Gareth Pursehouse, and he is being held on a $2 million bond. Domestic violence cases. People are crazy. There was a pregnant woman murdered in South Carolina. We're going to talk about that this morning. A couple other things. A little boy in Montana was murdered by his grandparents. I may have to get out of my chat for a second so I can pull it up. I'm not either, Katie. I'm not familiar. I didn't even know it happened. I missed that somehow. Let me find my stuff about little James. Let me get out of my chat for a second. Get back to my pop-out chat. Okay, so that's little James Alex Hurley. Let me fix my chat for it. Tell y'all about this. Little James Alex Hurley He's 12 years old. He was. And he died on February 3rd due to blunt force trauma to the back of his head. His grandparents were arrested along with his grandparents' 14-year-old son, who would be little James Alex's uncle. So James Sasser Jr. and Patricia Batts, the grandmother and grandfather, as well as the juvenile male, all arrested and charged with homicide. James had been living with his grandparents and their 14-year-old son for some time. And on February 3rd, police responded to the home after the family reported that James Alex was dead. Deputies found wounds, bruises, contusions all over his body, and they contacted homicide investigators. He also appeared to be emaciated. They found some video footage from 2 years prior that show him healthy and well fed. James was 5'3", and he weighed 103 pounds. Now, the family is alleged to have withheld food, forced him to exercise by doing jumping jacks and squats, and they recorded it. And all 3 family members participated in abusing him. Now, when James died, the grandmother, Patricia Batts, claims that she fell asleep during the Super Bowl, and she awoke to find James Alex being hit by his 14-year-old uncle with a paddle during an altercation. Keep in mind, his uncle's a minor. The grandfather, James Sasser Jr., also says that he was asleep that night, but he learned of James Alex's death the next morning. They are withholding the name of the 14-year-old. Now, there was someone else arrested, a second teenager, 18 years old, Gage Roche, and he was arrested on allegations he assaulted little James Alex also. There was, I believe it was on video. So they found quite a bit of video of James being abused. And I do think, let me see if they made bond. I don't think it said, or I would have written it down. Let me look on my phone real quick. And this was in West Yellowstone in Montana. Why would they? I mean, I just don't get people abusing children. Why take custody of him just to abuse him? Well, I thought I had it right here pulled up, but maybe not. Right here it is. Investigators say that they tortured James Alex. Okay. It says the attorney's office says that it was systematic torture beatings that led to James's death. So the grandfather told investigators the boy, James Alex, and the 14-year-old uncle often got in fights. They're probably blaming it on the 14-year-old. They all participated in abusing James Alex. So a toxicology report is pending for James also. It doesn't say if they're in jail or not. I thought I saw that one of them bonded out. Pretty sure. It's sick. It's a sick world. Just imagine what this little boy went through. Tremaine, Red Ruby, Light Feather, Leroy. How are y'all doing? Drinking Starbucks, listening to you. Well, I'm drinking Maxwell House. Just ran in my mouth, Tremaine. Let's see. I don't think I had it written down if they got out. I didn't see it. I was trying to look before I moved on here. So an ex-NFL player's brother was arrested, and he is charged with 2 counts of murder. 2 women were found fatally shot at an intersection in Janesville, Wisconsin. And the guy's name, the suspect, is Marcus Randall L. And he's 33. And I'm trying to figure, okay, his brother used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Antoine Randall L. I've never heard of him. Of course, I don't watch football a lot. Or Pittsburgh. I know, Ruby, it's sad hearing about the little kids. Let me see. Let me get his picture off here and show the picture of the women. Do I not have their picture on here? Let me find it real quick. Yeah, they were found shot at an intersection. They were taken to the hospital. Of course, they died. Now, Marcus later turned himself in to Chicago police. But I actually think he is from Memphis. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I didn't upload their photos. Crap. I sure didn't. Well, that's okay. So it said on February 10th at 3:15 a.m., Brittany McAdory, 27, and Sahara Winchester, 30, were found bleeding at an intersection and unresponsive. Excuse me, guys. It's police discovered footage of Brittany McAdory's black Jeep at 2 a.m. at a local gas station. And police said evidence suggests the victims and suspects were going to meet later that morning. After the shooting, what did I say his name was? Marcus drove Brittany's car and abandoned it in Justice, Illinois. And he did not confess to police. He did turn himself in. It said he played for Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin from 2004 to 2007. So 2 women's killed and 6 kids are left without a mother. It's crazy. Sad. Let me find my chat again. What are y'all talking about? Yeah, it is terrible, Susan. Susan, what did you think about that video yesterday? Amy's life journey, hitting her child off camera. You know, I've seen people bust their kid's butt and bust it pretty hard before. Out in public and stuff. I mean, I never did do that to my kid. Never did whip him. I don't know if it's exactly child abuse, but the woman's got some issues going on. Here she's recording a video being nice as hell. Her kid starts screaming and she goes completely off and goes and hits the kid instead of trying to talk to her. Then comes back to the camera talking to her subscribers just as nice as hell, thanking them for her making it to 600 subs. It was very disturbing. That was what was so disturbing. Oh my God, Susan. She is fake. I only heard of her because I watched some other weight loss channels, or actually, most of the time I just watch the people reacting to those videos. She's very fake. Very fake. Camera, your pictures, all that. I can help you edit it out. Okay, Katie. I may not leave it up. Who knows? But anyways, sorry about that, guys. I was talking about this lady and her two kids went missing after she had attended her 1-year-old son's funeral. And her name is Amara Banks. She was 26 years old. And her two daughters, I think I'm saying this right, Zania Irvy, she was 5. Kamari Banks was 4. And they were found dead in her boyfriend's garage. But they didn't find their bodies until after he was arrested for assault, I think. Let me see. What is his name? Oh, Arzal Irvy. He was 25 from Memphis. Yeah, aggravated battery. He was arrested. And then they found her and the girl's body in his garage. And there had been a history of domestic violence. Yeah, so she attended, her and her daughters, they buried her 1-year-old son, Arzal, on February 7th, and then they disappeared. And there was like an Amber Alert issued and stuff. And then Arzal was arrested, and then they found the bodies. Sad. Hey, Vicky. Good morning. Oh, Meow Meow, did your dog find a snake? Ugh. I hope it's not a venomous snake. That's why I dread summer, because of snakes. They may be trying to get in my chicken coop. I have to put some like mothballs out and stuff. Be right back. Got to get DMB tickets. I don't know what DMB is. Domestic violence is a shame. Hey, and I have the domestic violence hotline number if anybody needs it. I'm just going to say it. It's 1-800-799-7233. Or you can go to thehotline.org. It's confidential, private. Maybe, Tremaine. And it says, I think he was the father. Okay, it says he is the dad of Zania and Arzal. I don't know if I'm saying that little girl's name right. They all had pretty names. The mother, Amara, Zania, Kamari. Pretty names. So I guess his garage, it says Milwaukee. But he is from Memphis. I wonder if she met him online or something. Cats and guinea chickens are good for protecting against snakes. Yeah, I'd like to get some guineas for my goat. I really would. See, I think it just done it again. Crap. Now I can't see my chat. Crap. Let me look on my phone. It just took my chat away. I wonder why. That is so weird. Now I can't see my chat on the screen. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get back on using StreamYards. This is too complicated. Jesus. Can you guys hear me? I want it to bring my chat back. Let me see if I can fix it. It's not bringing it back. Some women love violent dudes until that dude goes violent on her. Yeah, I know it. Some women like bad boys. They do. This woman up on screen is from South Carolina. She was 37 weeks pregnant, just had a baby shower, and she was murdered, shot in the stomach. Her and her unborn son died. There was also a 33-year-old man found dead of gunshot wounds at the residence, too. It was not her husband. Don't know how they are connected yet. It was last Thursday night around 9:20 p.m. She was only 21, 37 weeks pregnant. Now, she is married with 2 other kids. Let's see what his name is. Her name is Sabrina Lowry. And Tamel Nash is the guy's name. They didn't have a picture of him. So that's all I know. Besides, the week before she was killed, she had just had a baby shower. And they said, if at this point, if the baby had have been born, if it didn't have traumatic injuries, it would have survived. She was, could have given birth any time to a healthy baby. And she was shot in the stomach. It just says the male didn't live at the address. I'm just wondering if it was a friend, maybe murder-suicide. Maybe she was having an affair. Who knows? It is sad. They don't know who shot her. She was found dead, Mel with this man, Tamel Nash, 33. I don't think it said where in South Carolina. It just says a home in Byron Circle. Okay, in Belton, South Carolina. I'm just wondering who that guy is, what he was doing there, What's the relationship? Because it wasn't her husband. Because I read her obituary. It said surviving was her husband and her 2 children. She is very pretty. Very pretty. She kind of reminds me of somebody here on YouTube. She reminds me of Alex. Shot in the stomach when pregnant is personal. You know what? I'm thinking this could be a female killer. This could have been done out of jealousy. Just because she had a husband does not mean she was actually living with him. She could have been separated or something. I'm thinking that the guy killed there could have possibly been the father of the baby. If not, someone she was having an intimate relationship with, maybe. Of course, it could just been a friend. Who knows? I'm going to keep looking it up and see if they put any more information out later on, because they're not saying much about it. You would think this would be all over the news. Pregnant woman shot in the stomach. Even hardened animals feel for babies. And now look what they did to Sharon Tate, Manson family. She was 8 months pregnant. They stabbed her right in the stomach, didn't they? I saw there was another pregnant woman that was killed too. I didn't write down any information about that one. Let's see. You wouldn't think that would disconnect your microphone just because you switched damn pictures, but it does. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah, it's awful. I think it's sad. The lady and her 2 daughters killed. She had just buried her son. I'm wondering how that baby died. Good luck. We only have one life. Bless your heart. I know you've been through hell with that accident. Yeah, and Sharon begged for her life for her baby. Yes, she did. And didn't her friend beg them too? Okay, now my chat's back on here. By now it would have been head down, so probably abdomen. God, I just can't believe somebody would shoot her in the stomach like that. I bet you it's a female killer. I watched this interrogation of this female cop. She was a cop in LA for years, and she murdered a man's new wife because she was jealous because she had previously been in a relationship with him. And it was years later before they found out who killed that woman. And she was still working for LAPD at the time. And the cold case detectives were investigating her. So the homicide detectives called her over. She was at work. Called her over and acted like they needed to talk to her about another case, because they knew if she had to come to that part of the building, she'd have to check her weapon as she come in, have to take it off of her. Then they got her in there, started interrogating her. God, what is her name? Do you see that light feather? I think Susan Bonds has her interrogation up. Hey, Beth. Yeah, she was like a detective, like in the robbery department or something like that. She acted like a nut. But I think people that worked with her said, she was kind of quirky, happy go lucky. No one would have ever thought she would have done that. But when I was watching that interrogation, she sounded a little wacky to me. Her facial expressions and stuff, eye movement. That's going to drive me crazy. I cannot think of her name. There was a woman, she owns the Purple Cow in Kingsport. And in Florida, she actually showed up. She was having an affair with this man. She actually showed up at this woman's house dressed as a clown with, I think, with flowers and stuff. And when the woman opened the door, she got shot. And it was like years later, she was arrested. Yeah, she showed up at the door like dressed like a clown with balloons and flowers. It was crazy. Got the wife out of the way, and guess what? She married that man. Yeah, but they own the Purple Cow down in Kingsport, Tennessee. Yeah, like Feather, that other woman. Yeah, she was a cop for many years. What is her name? Gosh, I cannot remember anything, y'all. Is it Susan something? I cannot remember. Yeah, she married him after she killed that woman. It took them years to figure out who did it. How about that astronaut woman that drove across the country wearing a diaper so she wouldn't have to stop? He killed the woman to get her out of the way. Oh my gosh, I didn't hear about that, Susan. That is crazy. Thank you very, Mary. Susan Lazarus. That is that cop's name from LA. So she dated this man and he dumped her. She was like head over heels in love with him. And he met someone else and married her. And they hadn't been married that long. And then here Susan shows up at her door. And was she stabbed or shot, Very Mary? I can't remember if she stabbed her or shot her. It seems like she stabbed her. Anyway, she killed her. And hell, it was that was in the early 80s, I bet. I can't remember exactly the time period. But I remember thinking to myself when I was watching it, damn, that happened when I was young. Young. She is a freaking nut. Whack job. Yes, other mom, she is crazy. Did you watch her eyes and stuff? I thought it was stabbed too, Very Mary, because they lived in an apartment. I think a gun would have been too loud, so I'm pretty sure it was stabbing she did. Somehow they linked her to that. I can't remember how they linked her to it. The wife was a nurse. Yes, she was a nurse, like Feather, the woman that was killed. I'm trying to think of the woman. Let me see if I can find that woman that dressed up as a clown. Right here, the clown killer. Sheila Keene Warren. And so this was in 2018, this article. It says details emerged from evidence released in 27-year-old clown murder case. The day after Florida detectives arrested an Abington, Virginia woman in a 27-year-old cold case known as the clown murder, they stopped by Kingsport, Tennessee restaurant in hopes of learning more. Following Sheila Keene Warren's arrest last September, the detectives visited the Purple Cow, which she and her husband previously owned. She looks like a nut job, y'all. Okay, the detectives wanted to know whether the employees knew anything about the couple's past, if they were aware of the 1990 murder of Marlene Warren, age 40. So Sheila, she was 54 when she was arrested. She got charged with first-degree murder. I think she got convicted. Um, I was trying to see if it said anything about the day she showed up at that woman's door. But yeah, I think they found out who she was by where she bought flowers from somehow. Yeah. So she owned that Purple Cow restaurant about an hour away from me. That's how I remember it because it was on our local news. And I was like, wow. I see a lot of things on true crime. Well, not a lot, but a few different shows that's had crimes that's happened like around here in Southwest Virginia. Did you just look her up like feather? She is a freaking nut. She's a whack job. And see, I don't think the woman that she killed, what they say her name was? I forgot already. Maureen, I think, something like that. I don't think she knew who Sheila was when she showed up. Did the husband not know? Hey, it was my mistress probably that killed my wife or something. What's a K-cup? Oh, it's where you can make like it's this little packet where it just makes one cup of coffee. Mail mail. Yes, Light Feather. I said this a while back. If you watch the ID channel, and if you pay attention, a lot of the crimes, murders, come out of Florida. And it's nothing against people in Florida. I have just noticed that, and I have mentioned that before. And if you pay attention, a lot of murders that they talk about on the ID channel happen in the month of January. I have noticed that too. I'll be watching episode after episode and it'll be saying Florida, January, such and such state. And I'm like, Jesus, what's going on in Florida? And what's up with January? Crazy state. Hey, I had a guy creep me out in Florida when me and Mark were down in Orlando taking care of his uncle that was dying of cancer at the time. Mark and his uncle Henry, they went into CVS Pharmacy, and I was standing out there looking at Redbox. And of course, the car we was in had Virginia tags on it. All of a sudden, I see this car pull in with this Latin looking guy. And he gets out, walks up to the red box. I was just sitting there looking, just waiting on them. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Am I in your way?" And he was like, "No, are you from around here?" And I said, I started to say, "No, I'm not." But here come Mark and Henry out of CVS Pharmacy. And that guy didn't do anything at the red box. He walked to his car, got in it, and pulled out. I think he spotted me out or something. You love the ID channel, Tremaine? I don't watch it as much as I used to. I watch the Oxygen channel a lot more because most of the stuff they show on the ID channel, unless it's something new, I've already seen. I am a big Homicide Hunter fan. Detective Kincaid. Yeah, it was very creepy, Katie. It was very creepy. I think he spotted me out. He must have drove by and seen me or something. Because I said to him, "Oh, here comes my husband now." And Mark was like, "What in the hell was he wanting?" And I told him the story. What stuck out to me is like he acted like he was going to look at the red box or do something there. Then he didn't do anything. He just wanted to approach me. I don't know. If there is a creep around, I'm like a magnet. I attract creeps for some reason. I've noticed the Florida thing for a long time. I don't know what's going on. Well, I'm glad y'all noticed that too, so I don't feel like I'm crazy. Just pay attention if y'all watch the ID channel. I mean, it's not all time in Florida, but a lot of those episodes are cases from Florida. And in the month of January, pay attention to that. I remember you telling the story. It freaks me out. Yeah, I think he spotted me out. Your blonde hair, CC. Yeah, I've noticed that, like I don't want to offend anybody, like Mexican men, they like blonde-headed women. Because I've had them hit on me quite a bit. So, like, when you say, like, people from Mexico, are they considered, like, Latin people? Is that what you say? I don't know. I just don't want to offend anybody. Mailman CC, I sent you an email. Okay, thanks for telling me. If you send me an email, tell me, and I'll go check it. Because I forget. Like, I check, like, my Hangouts and stuff. I usually know when I go back and look at my phone to make a message. Sometimes it does take me a while to respond because I do not keep all those notifications on. Because it drives me insane. I can't stand it. My phone's always on silent. I've been trying to put down my phone and stuff a lot more in the last few days. I got a bad habit of clicking on YouTube, scrolling through, see what's on there. I met a serial rapist killer from Florida, but out of respect to the victims, I do not speak of it. He's on death row. Oh my goodness. Hey, Glows, be pretty. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Did you meet him when he was already arrested, Lightfeather? Can you imagine how Anne Rule felt when she found out Ted Bundy, someone she thought was a nice guy, was a serial killer, rapist, necrophiliac? It's sick. I just now watched the Stranger Beside Me movie. Now, I've seen other Ted Bundy movies, but I'd never seen the Anne Rule Stranger Beside Me. Pluto TV's got it free. They also got Monster, Aileen Wuornos. No, before he gave me the chills, I knew he was crazy. You can look at people sometimes and tell if they're mean, crazy, or just by speaking to them once. There's a lot of crazies on social media, that's for sure. I hear my rooster out there cockadoodling. That goose and duck's probably outside eating. Wait, Jermaine said, hold up. Mexican men's not the only ones that likes blondes. Sorry, Jermaine. I was just saying, like, one time, okay, let me tell y'all a story. Back in my wilder days, one time my friend Pam introduced me to some Mexican guys. Right? I went out like on a date with one to a restaurant and stuff. Oh my God, he was such a pervert. Um, some men's just perverts. But he like constantly talked about my hair and my tattoos. Yeah. And I was like, Mexican men must like blondes. Because my friend was blonde too. And she was went out with his friend. Um, that was his first and last date because he was, oh my God, he was so short. I mean, I'm short, but he was shorter than me and it felt weird. Oh my God. Like he made a big thing out of like blonde hair and tattoos. Yeah. And he couldn't hardly speak any English. But my friend, because I said something, I was like, oh my God, it's so freaking boring or something. And my friend said, they act like they can't understand English, but they really can, Celeste. And I was like, oh shit. I am short. I like to look at me too. We only have one life. Mel, the merch store is easy. If I can do it, you can do it. You're not saving it or something. I need to make some cute, better merch for Sunny and Annabelle. Just trying to fix my headband here, yeah. It's all messed up. Y'all chat, say something. Leanne, I went to Cancun for vacation. It's true, Latin men love blondes. You're treated like royalty. See? Leanne knows. Leanne knows. Leanne's really beautiful. She really is. She looks like what those women from like the Real Housewives show, where her hair is fixed and everything. She's hot. Yeah, where is Andrew? I've not seen Andrew. Hope he's okay too. He's in a lot of pain, suffers a lot of the times, and sometimes he sleeps in. Red Ruby, I have a blonde granddaughter. I wouldn't want her anywhere that she might be at risk. Yeah, it's true. I'm only 5'1", and I've always been attracted to tall men. My husband's 6 foot. My brothers are really tall. My mom's tall, but I'm not that tall. Oh, I'd love to go to Cancun, ladies. I'm jealous. He was in my live yesterday. Sometimes he doesn't get notifications, Mel. I do know he sleeps in sometimes. I don't think I'm. Just cut your appearance, your makeup and stuff. It's so sophisticated looking. No, you don't act like those ladies. No, definitely not. Some of them are bitches. I did go with my husband to Cancun. They still hitting on Leanne, she says. Oh my goodness. I want to go to Puerto Rico so bad. Oh, I love you too, Leanne. I want to go to Puerto Rico and look at the wildlife, look at the hermit crabs in the wild. I need to go down to Key West, look at the roosters on the streets. My rooster was trying to kill me yesterday. I had on a pair of hot pink pajamas yesterday morning. I walked over there and like the color red, he must associate that hot pink with red. Like triggers roosters for some reason. Triggers all chickens. That's why, like, if a chicken bleeds or something, you got to get this blue stuff and spray on them, or them other chickens will be attracted to that red color and peck at them. It's really weird. CC's animal bucket list. Yeah. I'd rather go see animals than anything, really. Oh, Scotland would be nice to go to. Beautiful land over there. Ireland, too. I'm a porn star only for my husband. Oh, Lord, there was a porn star granny on 90 Day Fiance this past season. It just ended. They just did the tell all. Sunday night, porn star and granny made an appearance through video chat. Porn star granny was someone's ex-mother-in-law. You know, she had to stick her nose into the 90-day relationship. And I looked it up, and she really is a porn star from Florida. Scotland is beautiful. I love Ireland too. Going again in 3 weeks. Oh, Susan, you're so lucky. I want to go to Egypt. I want to go see the pyramids because I watch all kinds of documentaries about them. I'm really a nerd in real life, y'all. I watch a lot of stuff like that. And, of course, my animal videos. I needed to be cheered up this morning, just have a good laugh. So I watched Pebbles the cockatoo cussing up a storm. She'll call you a effing asshole and everything. Her owner didn't teach her to cuss. Her previous owners did. When she was little, she had a teenager that took care of her, and that teenager thought it'd be cute to teach Pebbles to cuss. And Pebbles went through several homes because Pebbles has a filthy mouth. She really does. And when she cusses, it's so funny. She like really gets into it. That bird will be throwing her head and raising out her wings. I mean, she really gets into it. I sent Mel Mel the video. That's something I'd like to do is go see the cockatoos in the wild. I've watched videos of them in the wild and stuff. Oh, Fiji would be nice. And also, I'd like to go to Alaska. I want to see a glacier. I want to drink some water from a glacier, however they do it. Ariana, visit Scotland in summer. Much better weather. Oh, really? I'd love to go to Scotland. I'm trying to think of that movie I watched, Mel Gibson, based in Scotland. I cannot remember it. But anyways, the land looked beautiful. Ooh, Costa Rica, that sounds nice, Susan. I wish I could go. My hubby went to Hawaii. It was the year before him and I met, though. He just went with one of his friends. Braveheart, Braveheart. Guys, I got such a bad memory. Mel Mel, you wouldn't go on a cruise? If I hadn't been on my live stream, Ariana, I would have been able to have guessed Braveheart. But I get on here and my mind goes blank. You know that scene where he's giving them a speech, they're getting ready to go to battle, they're all lined up. He's on his horse and stuff. I think they had to film that over 20 times to get it right, that one scene. I would go on a cruise. I like to go to the Bahamas, but I'm afraid to go through the Bermuda Triangle. I believe in the Bermuda Triangle. There are things that happen in life that cannot be explained. I believe in spirits and all that. Just look at all the people that's went missing, planes and boats and stuff through the Bermuda Triangle. I like watching stuff about that too. There are some crazy things in the ocean. Huge, huge sharks. Mark went down when he was in Hawaii, went down in one of those cages and swam with the damn sharks. It's a crazy video. If I can find it one day, I'll show it to y'all. Yeah, my aunt's been to the Bahamas, Leanne. She loves it. My cousin got killed in the Bahamas on one of those little doom buggy things. Yeah, about 10 years ago, she sure did. My dad's first cousin. Mel, cockatoo swearing. Oh, yeah, there's the link to Pebbles' channel. Pebbles is great. Her owner's great. He's a big bird lover. Y'all show her some love. If you need to laugh, just check out Pebbles. She gets so into arguing, and cussing. She'll say, you effing asshole. I was watching this one video, and Kelly, her owner, he said he went to this birthday party or something. And the man said something to him, I guess, about Pebbles being there. Pebbles looks at the guy and says, you effing asshole. It's so funny. Weird. I love Pebbles. Oh, me too. I watch a lot of bird channels. I watch Cockatoo Luck, Bird Tricks, Oni the Cockatoo, Max the Cockatoo, the Petra the African Grey. I watch a bunch. I watch this one bird named Bowie. He is a Indian ringneck. I want a bird so bad, but my husband can't handle a bird because they're loud. So that stops me from having a pet bird, plus my dogs. Maybe later on in life. I think I would be a good bird owner. I'd love to have Pebbles. CC, you want to watch Brian Forster? He has awesome videos. He runs a tourist thing and takes people to places they don't normally see. Oh, really? Pebbles needs to go off on some of these crazy YouTube creators. Yeah, I've quit watching that stuff. I know what's happening by, just me getting on my YouTube homepage and seeing what videos, how they're titled and stuff. And I'm just not feeling it lately. I think it's stupid. Some of the stuff that's going on, very childish. I don't know how people's got time for that 24/7. So you see, my new budgie talks more than his wife Gary now. He says, don't bite, Gary, don't bite. Oh, that is so cool. My brother's cockatoo bit me as a kid, so I'm scared of him. Does he still have his cockatoo? Cockatoos can live a long time, parrots can. Up to 80 years or more. If they're took care of properly. I saw something about some parrots that escaped in New York City, like back in the 20s. As they was being shipped in, loading docks, whatever. And somehow, some of them adapted to the weather somehow. And it showed their big nest they had built up on this church. I never knew parrots built such huge nests. I'll see if I can find that documentary later. It was really amazing. Oh, I love Max. Max sounds like a scanner, don't he? We only have one life. Poor little Max. There's assholes all over YouTube. People will actually thumb him down, give him a thumbs down, say that his channel is boring. Max talks, but it just seems like when his owner pulls out the camera, he kind of shuts down. He talks like a scanner a lot. I think his previous owner must have listened to the police scanner a lot. But he gets camera shots. But I don't think he's boring. I watch him every morning. Sometimes I don't make it all the way through the video, but I do click on it. I left all 3 private chats, all discords, and subbed to numerous YouTube channels because I'm so over the meanness, the drama. It's exhausting, lame, and so yeah. It's way too much energy, and look, I just listen very little of it the past few days. I just know enough to know that it's stupid and it's childish. People just need to shut the hell up, basically. Like, everybody's going to get mad on YouTube about something and vent sometimes, but vent and move the hell on. Some of this stuff is very petty and it looks dumb and childish. I'm sorry, I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but it does. A lot of egos and selfishness. Yeah, a lot of people that won't give an inch, or I don't know how to compromise, or just shut the hell up. It's too much negativity to be, doing that every day. That's when it will start affecting your real life. It's very childish and ridiculous, and I'm not participating in that or commenting on that. Very childish. They bitch that this one says this, then that. Last night, hours spent talking about others. I know, it's just back and forth, back and forth. I'm just watching positive stuff. I haven't been commenting a lot, and I'm just staying in my own lane, worried about my own channel and stuff. I can't even go live for an hour and I bore myself. Me too, Mel Mel. I mean, I get tired of sitting here talking to myself. I feel like I'm boring everybody. I don't know how people do it all the freaking time, hours and hours and hours. I just can't. Like I said, I've been trying to break myself from hitting my YouTube app on my phone and scrolling YouTube to see what's on. I did it a few times yesterday. I caught myself doing it. Finally, I just put down my phone. And some of the stuff that's going on now, it's just a dumber than hell. Oh, thank you, Katie. Hey, Bella, beautiful. Me and my cat love being by ourselves, not part of any other channel anymore. Yeah. It's just so much drama. I mean, I did hear M's coffee combo. I clicked on something. I heard something she said, and I was like, man, I can relate to that because she said, sometimes you feel like you should defend your friends or defend them more, but you're afraid to voice your opinion or say anything because of the backlash. And she said, now maybe that's being a wussy, but she said something else. But maybe it is. But I get what she's saying. I totally get it because that's how I feel. That's how I feel. It's just better just to keep quiet and keep out of it. Yeah, I could totally relate to her saying that. Yeah, she is being pulled. Unfortunately, in situations like that, you just have to take a step back and distance yourself. Just go on your own, you know. Yeah, I know, Lynn. Hey, we all get caught up in stuff sometimes or way too into it or something. You know. Seems like she's a person like me. She's very emotional, tender hearted, like. Okay, Meow Meow. Good night. I'm going to jump off here too. I got some things to do. Hopefully, tomorrow I will have a better live stream. I won't be muted and talking. It's hard not to react. I know. That's why I just been keeping my distance, not really watching much of that crap. Like I said, I just know enough to know it's stupid. And that's it. Well, good night, everybody that's going to bed. And the rest of y'all, have a good day. Thanks for chatting. And I will see y'all in the morning. Be kind. Peace. Make sure to go watch Pebbles. Okay.